Hey, my book's being released in paperback with sprayed edges. Is that really what we should be focusing on right now? What do you mean? I mean, ICE is still kidnapping people in our city, the country's run by a sexual predator, and a good chunk of our fan base can't even afford groceries. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but if we don't sell books, then we won't be able to afford groceries either. I do like being able to afford groceries. Yeah, the fact that the villain in our book is an authoritarian emperor and sexual predator just makes the story that much more relatable. Seriously? Well, if last year's sales are anything to go off of, there's definitely an interest. And my publisher says they're already getting requests from people who got the ebook and even the hardcover. Who gets 2 copies of the same book? I don't know. Collectors? People who need therapy but are brainwashed by our corporate overlords to constantly buy things to make themselves feel better even when they can't afford it? Wow. So rude. Our fans literally pay our bills and send fan mail every other day that keeps us going. That doesn't mean that we have to understand the multiple copy thing. If people want the paperback and can afford it, then it's an option. We're not trying to convince them that their lives are incomplete without a paperback with sprayed edges. We're not trying to scam them, and we double-checked. The first round of books doesn't have a major misprint. Thus, our existence and need to sell this book does not depend on the misfortune of others. Well, that's a relief. Doesn't it feel weird to be selling a book when democracy is dying and the American empire is sliding into the abyss? Yeah. No. Books are written and published every day, no matter what's going on. Granted, historical and current events certainly shape what kind of books get created, but that doesn't stop them from being written and rarely stops them from getting published. We also do get a lot of comments, DMs, and emails from fans explicitly thanking us for continuing to create and share stories, both in books and videos. They appreciate it when we take a realistic approach, tackling what's actually going on in the world, as well as the more lighthearted escapism stuff. So there is a need for it, even if it feels weird. Is there a need for it? Because people sticking their heads in the sand or disassociated while scrolling through social media designed to rot their brains has probably contributed to the problem we're currently facing. Which is why we talk about relevant social justice issues in pretty much everything we write, to raise awareness, get people thinking and talking, encouraging action. Hell, all 3 of our novels currently published have calls to action, telling people to donate to specific organizations tackling problems specific to each book. We've also donated $10,000 from the Heart of Iron Kickstarter to charity, with the promise of more if the monstrous Kickstarter rakes in enough cash. That's a lot for a single person to do. Big if. I know it feels helpless to only be an author, and the best way we can fight back against the current horrors is through a little skit or a book that most of the world is never going to read, but it's still something. It's rare for one person to be able to stop the tide unleashed by a whole government, but it's much more common for that tide to be stopped by millions of people doing their individual part. Our part is raising awareness, donating where we can, and providing the occasional laugh so people's spirits and mental health remain high. We give people the will to fight back. You think we're going a little too heavy with this marketing campaign? You'd rather avoid the elephant in the room? I mean, if it'll make people feel more comfortable. I think that ship has sailed. Social media is a really unreliable form of income. We should try to sell more books and get new readers. What, in this economy, people can barely afford food and rent. And if we don't sell books, we won't be able to afford rent or groceries. We could pick a fight with another author. Internet feuds get a ton of attention. It's basically free marketing. Even a snake went viral for hating Markiplier. Can we challenge Rowling to a fist fight? Or Gaiman? Please say we can fight Neil Gaiman. If the judges won't put him down, I will. They're both on the other side of the planet. So we get to go sightseeing afterwards. No. The feud has to be with someone that isn't already canceled. Someone still popular, in our niche, with at least as many followers as us. Like JC Lynn. Why would we pick a fight with the Hell's Bells woman? Yeah, she's awesome. She was a huge inspiration for CaFae Latte. We love her videos. But not her book. Yeah, Just because it wasn't a 5-star read for us doesn't mean we're going to personally attack the author. Yeah, and it wasn't that bad. I mean, we're still going to get the sequel. Great, we can read all about another Mary Sue and more characters who are perfect therapists and totally understand their emotions and that of everyone around them all the time. I will take all of that over the miss. You know, that one misunderstanding that could be cleared up with a 5-minute conversation, but they drag it out for 300 pages. Oh my God, I loved it when she made fun of that trope. That was awesome. Getting back on topic, if we start a feud with a powerful, beloved creator like JC or Panda Red or The Dad Who Lived or Overly Sarcastic Productions, we will get clobbered. Our fan base is here for healthy, non-toxic content. We change that format, we not only lose our fan base, but we also get destroyed by the other fandom. Which is when we make a big fuss about how they're bullying us and make everyone else feel bad for us. What? Are you seriously recommending pity marketing? We're a conventionally attractive white woman. Pity marketing is made for us. The whole point of pity marketing is making people feel bad enough that they buy our stuff. It's emotional manipulation and usually really misleading, but it works. Short term, maybe. You get a small bump in sales, and then when everyone catches on to what you're doing, that bump ends, even if you cry on camera again. I don't think we can even cry on command. So we use the eye juice we get with the contact lenses. We're not using eye juice. Pity marketing is a shaky, short-term solution that targets the wrong audience. The people who purchase items out of pity don't actually want the product. It's useless to them, and they'll never buy a second, third, or fourth item like we want because they're too busy avoiding us because people don't like watching others cry on camera trying to get sympathy points. Also, and this sounds really bad, but I always thought that people who use pity marketing don't actually have good products or services to sell. Like, I don't think people aren't buying your book because you're queer. I think you might just be bad at writing. Exactly. Why would we advertise the fact that nobody's buying our book? It makes us seem incompetent, especially when the exact opposite is true. Heart of Fire netted us $10,000 in royalties its first month, but not the second or third. That number's been going down sharply since launch day. Yes, that's how book sales work. Once people have one copy, they typically don't buy another unless it's a special edition. It's normal. Boring. We should get drunk and run naked through the street or something. So you say that we shouldn't do pity marketing, but we literally did a video last week explaining how we got scammed by someone pretending to be part of the Newburyport Literary Festival and lost $150. Well, we weren't trying to make people buy anything, though. Yeah, we had to make that video because we'd already announced that we were going to the festival. When we realized that wasn't happening, we had to suck it up and let people know it was off, preferably before they invested in any plans for that weekend. That's not marketing, that's an announcement. What about the time our TikTok account got hacked? Also not marketing. We weren't trying to get anyone to purchase any books or merch. We were informing them of an ongoing situation. Yeah, and then TikTok actually kicked the hacker out and gave us the old account back. So now we have 2 accounts, one for CaFae Latte and one for everything else. And the scripted video that we posted after the fact with the dialogue between us and the hacker and the screenshotted text messages at the end was more of a in case you missed it and some catharsis for us as an author. We didn't try to push any viewers to buy any products. Well, we didn't have to. That video got over 1 million views. It did. And then we stopped talking about it and focused on CaFae Latte, writing books, and everything else in our life. Pity marketers tend to be one-trick ponies. They're good at invoking sympathy and not much else. You say that like we actually have a marketing strategy and aren't operating purely on vibes. If by vibes you mean listening to what our fandom wants and then delivering it, then yes. It's always really fun to see what line from a CaFae Latte script is going to be what they demand to put on a t-shirt. I like to see if I can guess what it is ahead of time. I've only been wrong once. It's a very solid strategy for merch, especially since we do print to order and can whip something up within 3 hours. As for books, well, that strategy has always been write what you want to read because someone else is going to want to read it. And it's worked phenomenally. You mean until the federal government finally outlaws any and all depictions of DEI in stories and we have to go into hiding to avoid being sent to the gulag? If that happens, then yes, we can do pity marketing. Isn't the best way to get more book sales to post more often on social media? Preferably good quality posts? Yes, ideally it'd be at least 1 post a day across all platforms. We already do that with CaFae Latte, don't we? Yes and no. If we try to use even a quarter or a third of all CaFae Latte skits to promote our books, then it stops being a fun series that people actually like and just starts turning into a series of ads, and nobody wants that. Nobody but the conglomerate overlords. We're not trying to turn them into customers. Wait a minute, even if we spare CaFae Latte, if we're posting about our books every day, won't that also contribute to ad fatigue? Well, not every day would be an ad. The ideal would be like 3 to 4 posts a week are book-based and the others are entertainment-based. Or more specifically, a daily reminder that Siamelange exists. Oh. Also, it throws more lines in the water, so to speak. I mean, the more content you create, the more likely new people are to see and follow you. The problem is, of course, coming up with engaging content to post every single day while writing books without burning out. We could create an AI version of ourselves and get it done in an hour. I'm totally fucking with you. Oh, this world is dystopic enough without you attempting humor. Guys, we're so close to 100,000 YouTube subscribers. We have to get 22,000 more subs. That's not what I would consider close. We're 78% of the way there. That's close. Why do we care? I thought we were trying to wean ourselves away from YouTube and other social media sites. Financially wean ourselves off, yes, but social media is still the best connection we have with our fans. More subscribers means a bigger fan base, which translates to more book sales. It's why we didn't give up TikTok even when they changed their monetization policy, to our severe detriment. Once we hit 100K, we officially go from being a mid-sized YouTuber to a big YouTuber. Officially, there's no standard definition. Be nice, it's still a major achievement. Yeah, and we get a plaque and everything. Oh, well, if we get a plaque, then it must be good. I know! It actually does signify a major achievement in our career. Plus, if those new subscribers actually watch our videos, then that means we get a boost in ad revenue too. Until YouTube fucks us over like TikTok did. Could you try to enjoy the victory while it lasts? What part of cynic do you not understand? I've got a marketing idea. Oh God, no. Hey, Conscience might actually like this one. Really? Sure, you love putting bullies in their place and broadcasting the evils of the world so people actually do something about it. Maybe. Are we going to stab Bezos with a knitting needle? Why am I the problem child? Because if we go with one of her harebrained schemes, at least we'll be the coolest kid in prison. Unless we wind up in the same one as Luigi, at which point we'll strive to be his right-hand woman and possibly queen. We're Arrow Ace with no interest in sex or romance. We'll make an exception for our king. What's your idea? Simple. We take any and all of the hate mail we get bashing us in our books for being too feminist or queer or whatever and put them on blast. Post the screenshots everywhere, not to garner pity, but to educate the masses on the hatred of the world and let them know that this is still a problem that we are actively fighting. And they can help us by buying our books. As long as we're not trying to pity market, I'm okay with this. One problem. We don't get hate mail. Oh, yeah. Well, we have that one reel on Instagram that people keep commenting on, sharing really racist views toward Native Americans, but we already talked about that in a later video, and it didn't really have much to do with our books. We're an author. We can invent a little hate mail. There it is. Every author who has ever tried to fake hate mail or reviews has been caught. It's like all other forms of pity marketing. You get a small bump in sales, and then the illusion shatters, and you end up losing everything. If Logan Paul can survive every kind of internet scandal there is and still be a millionaire, why can't we? Because A, we're not a millionaire who can hire a small army as a PR team, and B, we have her. Okay, but we're actually a good writer. We invent all kinds of different characters with unique voices. We can pull this off. Not constantly, but every now and then toss it up there. Maybe even make a few fake accounts for believability. Or we could use all the time and energy that would take to improve our writing and do proper marketing. I'm not making a dozen fake accounts to write our own hate mail. So we blot out the image and username so people don't realize it's all from one account. That won't work. Yeah, why not? Because if and when we do receive hate mail in our DMs or email or comments, we're not going to hide their names and faces. Those bullies will have their names and faces put on blast. We will expose them and their heinous attitude for all the world to see so they can no longer hide behind a thin mask of decency. If and when we get hate mail, particularly rape or death threats, that means we are interacting with someone who is a clear and present danger to other women, other queer people, and anyone else they hate. Which means when they reveal themselves to us, we don't let it slide, we don't let them hide. We go hunting. We suck at computers. We'll just let our fans have at him, maybe hire a computer expert to track him down for us and call it a day. Sounds good. Yeah, yep, I'm fine with that. Scratch the fake hater idea.
We were sparks in the endless night, shadows cast by a distant light, fragile frames but hearts of steel. They thought we'd bend, but we learned to feel. Through the void, we carved our name against the flame. Rise up, we're breaking through the stars. Human spirit, burning like quasars. Rise up, they'll never see us fall. One small voice, but it echoes through it all. They said we'd crumble, they said we'd fade, but we are storms that the heavens made. Our blood runs fire, our dreams won't die. We touch the edge of the infinite sky. Through the dark, we find our way. Turn the night into endless day. Rise up, we're breaking through the stars. Human spirit, burning like quasars. Rise up, they'll never see us fall. One small voice, but it echoes through it all.